In episode 8 of Emperor of Ocean Park, tensions rise as Oliver strikes a critical deal with Ziegler. But what exactly did Oliver offer in return? Dive into our recap to uncover the twists and turns that keep this thrilling series on edge. Don't miss the shocking reveal that could change everything. What did Judge Oliver ask Ziegler to do? Judge Oliver and Ziegler have a long-standing connection. After Abby died, Jack Ziegler came to visit the family and became concerned when he discovered Oliver's condition. Oliver had been drinking on a regular basis. He often drifted off during the court trials he presided over. Oliver's colleagues worried because the attorneys had to wake the judge from his sleep to ask if he was listening. Oliver told Ziegler he wanted vengeance. He wanted to know who drove the automobile that killed his daughter. Jack repeatedly told him that the path he wished to go was one way. He informed Oliver that once he took that step, there was no turning back. But Oliver remained resolute, so Ziegler began his probe. Ziegler arranged for recordings containing the testimonies of everyone who was there in the pub that night, where Abby had gone with her friends. Oliver suspected Marcus of being involved in his daughter's death, but Claire was the one who noticed that a white girl with blonde hair was suspicious. Oliver initially felt it was Claire's preconceptions that were leading her to believe the blonde girl was the culprit, but he soon realized that this was not the case. Bethany, Paul Derry's daughter, was dating a man named Jovan Trellis. In previous episodes, Talcott learnt that his father had attended Bethany and Jovan's funerals, and he couldn't understand why he would have done so since he didn't know them well. But in episode 8 the riddle was ultimately solved, and we learnt that Oliver realized they were the individuals who murdered his daughter, which is why he pursued their life. So, while Ziegler and his colleagues found no incriminating evidence against Bethany or Jovan, the former learnt about a hidden storage account formed by the Trellis family in Philadelphia. Ziegler arranged for their keys, and he and Oliver walked inside to see what the family had hidden there. As suspected, the automobile that hit Abby was hidden there. After determining that Jovan and Bethany were culpable for her daughter's death, he gave Ziegler permission to proceed with the necessary action.
Did Claire know about Oliver's plan? For me, the unexpected feature of this episode was that Claire, Oliver's wife, was completely aware of what her husband was up to, and she was more willing to exact revenge on the culprits. In episode 8, Oliver personally met Jovan and Bethany. He wanted to gaze into their eyes and see if they felt guilty or remorseful. Oliver saw that, while Jovan expressed little guilt for what he had done, Bethany was distraught and troubled by her own deeds. Oliver returned to his home, and it appeared like he wanted to forgive Bethany. He told Claire that Bethany was upset, and they should probably let her leave. But it was Claire who told him unequivocally that it didn't matter how they felt, and that they deserved to face the consequences of their conduct. Oliver agreed with his wife, set aside his reservations, and commanded Ziegler to kill both Jovan and Bethany in the same way that his daughter had been killed.
What did Oliver give Ziegler in return? Ziegler's men killed both Jovan and Bethany, and Judge Oliver attended their funerals. Jovan even delivered a eulogy during his funeral, and the entire audience applauded because his comments were so moving. The relatives also did not suspect him because they believed he came to the burial solely to sympathize with the bereaved families after his own daughter died in a similar fashion. Ziegler was an astute man. He'd done something for Judge Oliver, and it was risky, so he definitely expected something in return. Oliver understood he owed the man and had to do whatever he asked. Ziegler informed him that a man named Simon Adderman, the CEO of a large technology company, was in legal trouble. His case had been assigned to Judge Oliver's courtroom, and he would hear it within the next week. Ziegler instructed Oliver to look after Adderman and do whatever he believed was necessary. That was the beginning of what I assumed were the arrangements, and Judge Oliver most likely did many such favors in the future. That is why Oliver's affiliation with Ziegler was called into question when he was nominated for the position of Supreme Court Justice. The panel that questioned Oliver at the time was correct in believing that he was involved in a variety of dubious businesses and had previously committed some illegal acts for Ziegler. Talcott, Mariah, and Addison learnt of their father's conduct in the previous episode. They were devastated when they learnt that their father was a cold-hearted murderer. It would be intriguing to see what Talcott, Mariah, and Allison would do next. They realized they had to give Ziegler all he wanted before it was too late.